Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, before we start this article, I want to ask you a question, and I want to ask yourselves if you know your country's president's chief of staff's name. You know the name of the guy who is the chief of staff of the president's office in your country. I personally don't know his name by heart. I think I heard one time about him when they mentioned it in the news. I verified and I said, "Holy scrolly!" And then I verified about 4 days ago in one of the videos I made. I came along this guy and said, "Oh, you can't be fucking kidding me." I came along someone else and I verified the United States' chief of staff, White House chief of staff, and I said, "Oh my God, the name tells a lot." So let me look at his early life, and I found exactly what I knew I would find. Nothing wrong with that. But why don't you hear about your president's chief of staff? Why? Because he's not that important. But guess what? I know someone who is very important. He's like a prime minister. He's like a co-president. And that is Yermak. You know Yermak? Yermak is President Zelensky's chief of staff, presidential chief of staff. And his name is very well known because he's very much used. He's Jewish, appointed by the Jewish president of Ukraine, as is the prime minister of Ukraine, also Jewish, and as it was the defense minister, Oleksiy Reznikov, Jewish. So he's Jewish, doesn't really matter, but it's a coincidence because guess what? The US chief of staff of the White House is also Jewish. Well, what a coincidence, man. How many Romanians do you know in, in the US cabinet? Any? White House? Any? No, zero. How many French people do you know? Oh, I know one. Her name is Karine Jean-Pierre. All right, so my point is you don't know, I don't know how many of you knew the name of the White House chief of staff, presidential chief of staff. Anyway, let me show you how important this Yermak is because you're going to hear from him daily. If you check for his name, he's daily in the news doing something. Very active little mofo, but what can you do? He's helpful. Supposedly he's called somehow, I can't remember how, this, you see, he's like, oh my God, I'm just an inoffensive guy. I heard that he's called in a certain way, I can't remember, anyway. Here it is. European Union leaders agree on 12th package of sanctions against Russia, Yermak announced. So when was the last time you heard, for instance, this guy announce something? Never. This is the US right here. He is the president's White House chief of staff. Right here, this guy. When was the last time his name is, by the way, Jeff Zients, right here. Early life and education, as I said. Nothing wrong with that, just a coincidence. But where are the Romanians? They must be, not so. Anyway, so this is the guy. When was the last time you heard about this guy doing something for the, White House? I've never heard this guy doing anything. And we have here, Yermak comes and he tells us. He's no Zelensky, he's no spokesperson, he's the guy. All right. Remember, the European leaders, because this is what's all about in this article, in this video actually, is about the European Union shoots itself in the foot again for the 12th time. Now, you know that definition, one of the definitions of insanity that is, circulating around. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. The same here. They started the first sanction package. And they said, Russia is going to collapse. Yeah, man. Bumped chest, give me 5. Let's go for and I'll have a drink and all that. Nothing happened. Cuckoo. Nothing. Crickets. Jesus Christ, man. I guess the next one we're going to fuck them up. So now they got the 12th one. Germany is fucked. It is going to have an emergency meeting for its economy. It's going in a depression. The European Union is screwed. But they're going to go with a 12th round. Russia gives no signs of anything. On the contrary, it's going to have 3.5 how do you call that, increase. The economy is going to grow 3.5%. Germany is going to decrease. France is not doing well. Great Britain, European Union is going down. The Russia is going to have profits. And somehow they're going to do the same thing. The 12th package of sanctions. Yermak tells us. So let's see how these guys are going to screw themselves even deeper. If you can go deeper, as Jim Morrison, you can get much higher. It depends how you look at things. Higher, you can get... The leaders of the European Union have agreed on a 12th package of sanctions against Russia. Andriy Yermak, right here, the guy, the head of the office of the President of the United States, of Ukraine, said this in a statement in Telegram, Ukrinform reported. Now, why would, for instance, Ukrinform promote this guy? And why would, he can claim that, but why is he promoted? Again, when was the last time you heard this guy promoted and said, yeah, he mentioned that United States of America made a deal with Saudi Arabia or something? Nothing ever. Well, he's busy taking care of other things, I guess, that you are not supposed, or we are not supposed to hear about. I'm almost certain he's got his groups taken care of. EU leaders have agreed on a 12th package of sanctions against Russia. It may concern the export of welding machines, chemicals, defense technologies, and software licensing. It is very important that it is planned to impose an embargo on Russian diamonds, the statement said. Okay, Russia will find a different market as it did with how do you call it? I think Russia is the third diamond producer in the world. If you take it out of the market in Western Europe and United States of America, it's going to find somewhere else. And if it's not, I don't know, you develop yours, I guess, the same. This is an economic war like this. I can't compete with my product. My product sucks because I'm not good at it. Your product is better than mine, so how can I do something that I will kick you out of the market? So I'll just ban you, so you can't compete with me. I insert myself in a war that is not my war, and I say, you know what, I don't like that war, I'm going to impose sanctions, I'm going to make these idiots in the European Union to impose sanctions on you, and they're going to impose sanctions on this, on that, on that, and then I will come with my products and I will invade because I will have no more competition. So I take over you. Sounds like a plan? Yeah, but do we have the European Union caught by their dinglingy? Yeah, we got them. Okay, let's go. Or as Victoria Nuland said, the European Union. That's exactly how they think about them. All right, let's see what else. According to Yermak, there is hope that the new sanctions package will be officially adopted in the coming days. How about its success? Can I hear about it? Say hey. Hey. All right, so where is the success? This is the 12th one. How many are you going to do? 50,000? Why do you keep doing it? Man, the Yermak, we got here. You got to see this. And let me know when you heard about this kind of fund. Jeff, whatever his name is. What the hell is your name? Jeff Ziegler, Jeff Zins. So tell me, have you heard of Jeff Zins, whatever this is? Where is it? International Working Group. Have you ever heard about it? No, because there's no such thing. It's only the Yermak McFall International Working Group. So a chief of staff of a White House is involved in the Yermak McFall International Working Group. Is actively working with our partners, and number of proposals will be included in this package. So this guy, together with this idiot, they're going to impose sanctions. They're going to add certain things. They're going to sanction the European Union and supposedly the Russians in the name of Al Capone. This guy, why is this guy so important? Why is he so important? I heard that he's very influential over there in, I can't remember how he's called, but let me I find his, not a good nickname. Something like the Gray Baron or something like bad. Let me see if I find it. I couldn't find his nickname, but it was it was made out of two words. I know that first time and the last time when I heard it used was when supposedly he was in charge of who is allowed to leave Ukraine, and for the officials, Ukrainian officials. He used to go through Yermak. Yermak was the one who would look over the lists, and he would say yes or nay. I can't remember. It was a Russian, obviously, article. I can remember. Maybe with time, I will find it again. Nevertheless, let's keep going here. As reported on December 14th, the UK government approved the law on restricting on goods, technologies, and sources of funding that could support Russia's war against Ukraine. Well, do you happen to know who is Great Britain's current foreign minister? No, the defense minister. Huh? You know his name? I don't can remember by. Right, let me see. Oh, Secretary of Defense. What's his name? Right here. And if you know him, do you know his background? I will inform you gladly. This guy right here. Grant Shapps. This is the guy. Now, to inform you, just a coincidence. The Ministry of Defense of Great Britain is also Jewish. It's a coincidence. How many Romanians do you know in the British government? You tell me right here. Can you tell me how many? Just a coincidence. Nothing wrong. I'm just saying, right? So you got Shapps, right? You got Zings of the United States of America. By the way, Blinken is also Jewish, but it's okay, just a coincidence. And you got this guy right here, the fat fuck, right here. All right, my friends, I think my point here is the European Union continue to screw themselves at the orders of, I don't know, connect the dots. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. It's fucking unbelievable.